A century have I been subject to endless death, at hands so like your own.
We fly at your word! I sense something in you, assassin. Something your dark lady fears. He and his loathsome advisor, Balthazar, lured me into the Shadowfell, claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage.
By all means, Sharon, decide.
The gods fight at our side!
No! Please.
Until then, Ketheric Thorm, father of my one and only love, enslaver of Dame Aylin. Ketheric's daughter, Isabel. I knew her. Long have I mourned her. May she know peace now, safe from her father's machinations. No doubt you do. But I will come to you when Mother Selûne deems the moment is right. Patience, girl. It will come soon enough. And you cannot unlearn the truths I have to share. The Moon Maiden's silver light can cut as sharp as any sword. I wield it this day. Isabel! Isabel! Why did you bring her here? What have you done? Our closest ally will accompany me, won't you? It will be a swift and fruitful chore. I am resplendent. Oh, we'll do more than that, my friend. Your daughter. Isabel. Not personal for you, perhaps. You played a game of life and death using mine as a chip in your pile. Balthazar. Come to add more bars to my cage? There is a Selûnite enclave, not far from fair Baldur's Gate. The Absolute's armies have left them in sore need of aid. Aid I will provide, in the Moon Maiden's name. Gold can buy you baubles. A prayer to the Moon Maiden buys you eternity. You have done me an incredible service. The Moon Maiden has blessed you in kind. So speak, O loathsome one! Give me one good reason why I should not cave your head into your neck. Let them come, and let them find me. Dame Aylin will strike down any who seek to bring her to harm's home. We must remain vigilant and grateful. I will join your camp tonight. There we will discuss the spirals of time, past and future, and we will make merry in the present, wherein we reside. Magicians and their plans for Dame Aylin. Predictable, sadistic, flaccid. I trust your judgment. If you believe this magician's threats are sound, then we must face him. You ought to have revealed this plot before. I would have slept with both eyes open wide.
A valiant performance. I admit, my heart lit like a full moon when you struck down that cadaver.
Begone! I must admire Isabel's fulsome beauty away from prying eyes.
Your eyes are keen. Free me. You will enjoy what comes next.
Pray, ask, and I will tell. But that will come later. There is a battle yet to be fought. This cursed place is far from Our Lady's favor. Why would you walk here? In this moment, I want for nothing. I am sorry for you. You who have no honor. You who have no pride. We are a powerful party indeed. Faerun itself trembles at our touch.
Then lay a hand upon my shoulder, and I shall be free.
They watched my boot crush the very brain of villainy, and fought well against your changed father.
That is when this immortal will visit you, Sharon. That is when I will show you what it is to be afraid.
In her name I strike at thee. Ha!
A promise. The most sacred I can give. Release me, and I will kill Ketheric Thorn.
Your past is not yet lost. Your future is not yet fixed.
Go on. Lay a hand upon my shoulder, and I shall be free.
To Ramazith's tower they were meant to take me. Oh, won't Leroican be surprised when Dame Aylin trounces him in his own citadel? Battle has tired my mind, made me susceptible to flights of fancy. You were excellent in battle, as is your way, and I am proud to fight at your side. It is time we spoke about your heritage. There is a debt I must repay. But lo, the brute is dead, and we live! Much has been promised to you, hasn't it? But what has been taken from you? What do you know of your own heart, your own life? It takes a lion's heart to admit such a terrible mistake. I will forgive you, in time. Forget her. She was forged by lies. Be guided only by who you have become. A century of it, by now. I loved her from the moment I beheld her sweet face, her great wise eyes. You have given me a great gift, little warrior. Don't you find it oh so curious that you would spurn your dark lady? Perhaps you feel a stirring of the truth already. A debt repaid. You gave me my life back. Now go and claim your own. And what do you propose to do, little Sharon? With what weapon would you take the life of an immortal? But fear not. When the time comes for you to face the foe of foes, Dame Aylin will stand at your side. We must remain vigilant and grateful. I will join your camp tonight. There we will discuss the Moon Maiden's plan for you. For your past. Your future. A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own. Free me. Lay a hand upon me in friendship. I will end him. And I will lay your path at your feet. Then you must walk it. Dame Aylin is watching. She is indomitable. And when her face lights the shadows of your wrongdoing, you are broken by its beauty. Ah!
Open this cage. A century have I been confined here. And I would spend a century more in devoted gratitude to they who set me free.
The wretch! Together, we have crushed him, brain and body! It no longer has the power to harm me, now that I've removed it from Shah's domain. Oh, but we have met. This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. Moon Maiden, hear me! Dame Aylin is free! No. A moment of clarity. You finally listened to yourself and stopped resisting your true nature. I will rip this world apart, plank and beam, until every iota of your being is scalded by my light. This is my promise. This is my vow. Blessings upon the slayer of the wicked one. When I am free, I will destroy you. I will murder you and your children and their children beside. I am Dame Aylin, daughter of the Moon Maiden Selûne, champion of her causes in this fine realm. Do you know what I am, little assassin? For I know you. A lost child, frightened by wolves in the dark. Listen to the subtle vibrations of the Moon Maiden thumping within your heart chambers, friend. She works her magic there. I've known worse pain than this. Far worse.
And your purpose?
But Dame Aylin's deeds are great. Her presence, present. Sooner or later, he will discover that the daughter of Selûne lives. You would deny Dame Aylin, daughter of the Moon Maiden, paladin of the self-same Selûne. There is one more way in which I can help you. You have been forewarned, and now you shall be forearmed.
A Sharon with a heart? No. Perhaps you are no Sharon at all.
Be careful, little soldier. Whims are not all that can strike. When Isabel died, curse the day, the hour, we were each of us agonized. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. Ha! Ketheric Thorn would sooner die than lay down his rank cause. Isn't that right, General? I always do, with darling Isabel by my side. Ha! Ha! I must face the villain, nose to nose and sword to sword. I hope I can count on your aid in the fight to come. Aha! I spy a wizard foul! You cannot. You will not. Without your spear, you are as a lamb before a lion. 100 years. It was. It was a failure I won't soon forget. Still, you are no lost cause, are you? I am free from my bonds, but not my duty. The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. Not what will happen. What will you do? Your past is not yet lost. Your future is not yet fixed. Still, allies we are and allies we remain. Let us unite us against the deviant plot of this mad mage. That is him. He lives still. And your mother, too. Go on, toy soldier. Run me through. Now, let us caper, dance, and engage in every ribald pleasure before a new dawn breaks.
I have all the time in the world. How about you? That and nothing more. So certain was Balthazar that I had no friends in this place. Oh, how he taunted and cajoled.
We are not welcome, my love. No matter. We will hie us to the hill of the Headless Dancer, and bare our flesh beneath the cleansing light of the moon's soft gaze. Now you wear a face to match your soul, Oathbreaker.
An intriguing fray. You lay low the Dark Lady's messenger, your ally, your friend. Perhaps you wish to slay the Night Song yourself, Sharon.
Next, eternity. Go, so that this magus might send his jesters to harangue me night and day. We must watch this one closely, Isabel. Their motivations are suspect. Aye. Suspect indeed. Free me. Lay a hand upon me in friendship. I will end him. And I will lay your path at your feet. Then you must walk it. He did, and it came. Now, my friend, bask in your victory. I will do the same. You have injured me, soldier. But you have given me a great gift, too. I invite you. Heap more sins upon your head. My retribution will be all the sweeter for them. We will cover some small part of it soon. There is much your mistress does not tell you. My death will come at a terrible price. One that you will not grasp until it is too late.
I was just reviewing our fight against foul Leroican, your moves and mine. The victory was soundly won. I sense more in you than you know. When she died, curse the day, the hour. We each of us mourned bitterly. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. Paladin's fatigue, no doubt. You were excellent in battle, as is your way. And I am proud to fight at your side.
Let every wicked magus, every vile murtherer, each slaver and misery merchant see.
You were to receive Seluna's guidance in those woods. You were to come of age. Instead, Shah's followers snatched you. They must have been watching you for a long time. No. We have come for answers. And if needed, heads. I will return to camp shortly. I just need a moment to...
Ketheric Thorm!
I will be freed from these shackles. Ketheric will be made mortal. And then... lo. Then I will run him through until he's dead. There are always more bastards behind bastards. But we will run through them all, each by each. But for all his sins, he brought you back to me. Are you all right? Your parents are with your abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned, when I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others, someplace distant. Let me help you remember. Isabel is the love of my eternal life. I adored her from the moment I beheld her sweet face, her great, wise eyes. Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. Come for more blood, you dog. He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief, and she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind. I was killed, murdered, made dead over and over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature, and Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while. They were seized by Shah's followers, same as you. Only you are to be remolded for their purposes, while your parents... I sense they have suffered greatly in the years since. Oh, and it shall be yours. And then? There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer. Come. Now is not the time for a crisis of faith. Go on. Kill me! You won't be the first. Free me, and Ketheric will bleed. I am a daughter of Seluna. We illuminate darkness. We do not create it. You already know. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood? And you, tiefling, you did not embarrass yourself. I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. That somehow it was all a nightmare Dawn would undo. Ketheric. I welcome the sight of him after these 100 years. He whose immortality I supply with my very soul. Ketheric Thorm, once a servant of your goddess, now a faithless wretch, has used me to make himself immortal for 100 years. Failure is disquieting. But you are lucky, for you have failed at a destiny that was not yours to fulfill. Shah's embrace is something that was forced upon you. It is not your true nature. Lay your hand on me. Free me from this prison, and you will have proven me most wrong. Ah, ally mine,
We are reunited once more. My forgiveness will be the same. I'd be a fool to turn down a powerful ally, especially one who has earned the trust of fair Isabel. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched. I will rise again. I found a note on one of the foes. It read of the wizard Leroican and his designs upon my capture. Dame Aylin will face him. You will wield your glorious might at her side. Let us split him, crotch to crown, and let his twin halves fall where they may.
Wait.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. Your manners belie your words. There cannot be secrets betwixt us. Not ones like this. Traitor! I will bring this tower to the ground before I'll hear another word! But now the veil has been parted. You know what must be done, I trust. Her father Ketheric never did trust me. He did not fancy an immortal for his daughter's paramour. Strike me down, if you dare. Do not speak false to Dame Aylin, not after all we have endured. In due time, Mother Selûne will tell me when the time is right. Painful truths should be handled with some decorum.
This cage links us, like a parasite's fangs to its host. I am immortal. While I am trapped here, so is he.
I was able to retrieve it before it sank too far into Shah's umbral domain. No, you'd be busy day and night if you took as your own the enemies of me. Moon Maiden, I ask you to cleanse the wickedness in the heart of the slayer of Ketheric Thorm. Forgive them the sin of sending Dame Aylin into his foul clutches. I was just regaling sweet Isabel with tales of our prowess. But it is too late for whys and what-ifs. Now the conspiracy has been revealed. You must do more than spare me. You must free me. Your intuitions are my lodestar, darling. But consider, now that Dame Aylin has returned to the fold of time, she could use allies and interlocutors. I have kept my word, but her father Ketheric distrusted me from the first. He did not fancy an immortal for Isabel's mate. I understood. I respected his concerns. But our love was stronger than a father's reservations. Prove me right. Fight alongside me against a mad mage one more time.
Shah kept you ignorant, did she? Or was it Ketheric? Perhaps they forgot to tell you they'd make a murderer of you yet. Then your task is done. Lay a hand upon me in camaraderie, and I will be free.
Are you ready? Now! Now! We pick our way toward our fates, unleashed! And you, Sharon. Cleric of the Lady of Loss, who is so much more than she appears. You and Dame Aylin have dangerous ground to tread. Let us hie to his chambers, his lair when morning breaks. We will see him undone, in the style of the dead, unburied Ketheric Thorm. Finish your night's rest, then meet me in Ramazith's tower. We will finish this together. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps you're incapable of feeling at all. I gave my word, and I will keep it. By the fires of your camp's hearth, we will discuss all we must.
There is no moon in this black sky, Sharon. No. There is only your mistress. The void of her. The shadow.
Isabel. My love. What has happened to you?
Ha! Run along now! Go tell your darling Master Ketheric what a good girl you've been.
Now you will leave us. We must take succor in one another's bodies and words.
And I will come for you. When the time is right. When your sons are grown, and your beard is long and wiry. When you cannot hold your nightly water, and your nose grows as long as your weary, weary days.
A maxim simple and noble. Too noble for a Sharan. Perhaps I named you false. Blessings of the Moon Maiden upon all beneath her watchful eye. Forget her. She was forged by lies, be guided only by who you have become. May the Moon Maiden have mercy on your soul. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others someplace distant. Shah may seek to thwart you in that. If she cannot control you, she can at least seek to deny you your past. There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget. Our camp has been besieged by bribelings, and Dame Aylin is the prize that seduced them. Oh, his end will be one more strand in the great braid of our friendship. It was as you foretold. The villain Leroican seeks to retrieve me, body and soul.
Run along now! Go tell your darling Master Ketheric what a good boy you've been.
I will visit your camp later. Perhaps the madness of battle will have left you, and you will be ready to speak sense.
I have felt you coming. The first in a century.
Shah toys with you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. What are you so scared of, Magus? Not the night song, surely? Why, she's nothing but a relic to be purchased and pursued. Go well, friend. The city will be saved. We will be certain of it.
Do what you came to do, Sharan. Then run to your darling Master Ketheric and tell him what a good boy you've been.
My love. You are dead. I saw your body. The very sight of me would disgust you if you were a true Sharan. But you, perhaps, are something more. I sense more in you than you know. Why? A servant of the Dark Lady would never disavow her. Perhaps I named you false. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have my sword. My fealty.
Present your weapon, soldier. Plunge it into the night song. I cannot stop you. But know this.
Let us travel to his chambers, his lair. We will see him undone, in the style of the dead, unburied Ketheric Thorm. Free from your shackles, free from the pets you sicked on me for 100 years. Do I frighten you, old man? May the Moon Maiden have mercy on your soul. Ho! Surely you cannot fear me. You who have fought beside me in the war against damned Ketheric Thorm. Perhaps. Yet if I could run him through 1,000 times, I wonder. And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. You were already lost, little warrior. A lost child, frightened by wolves. I wish to forgive this lapse in your fealty, though it won't be the first. I pray I am not mistaken in my presumption of your goodwill. I will join your camp, that we may discuss what must needs be discussed. The elf you saw was your father. He tried to stop you being seized by Shah's agents, but failed. Balthazar has drawn his final rancid breath. A pity it was not my hand that brought it about. Instead, it was you. Yes. I wish for the very same.
Ha! Are you afraid, Sharon? Do you rattle and jump at the realization that an immortal has your face emblazoned in her mind forevermore?
I have kept my word. My guidance in exchange for my freedom. That is for Shadowheart to decide.
Yes. Run along now! Go tell your darling Master Ketheric what a good child you've been.
Do as you will. You can pierce my flesh, but my heart beats on forever. Actions are the words of heroes. Let your deeds speak for themselves. You have been forewarned for what is to come, but not yet forearmed. You will remember this spear, no doubt. It was to be the instrument of my death. Now, it will become a parting gift in exchange for my life, and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
How many of your dark Justicia brethren have run my heart through? How many times have I, immortal, risen again to await the next?
What life? The lie you've led until this moment. Confront the past, or your future is nothing but a coward charade. And now? Now, Ketheric Thorm must die. Oh, face us, charlatan, we who detest you so! Troubles make a poor supper. Do not hesitate to spit yours out. Don't you think? There can be no doubt about it. But even Dame Aylin experienced lapses in her fine judgment. A century of it. I have mourned her every day these 100 years. When I saw Ketheric had made her live again, made her his thrall, lo, my gorge did swell. Isabel deserves to live. Please, do not harm a hair on her blessed head.
And I have naught but time.
Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me! Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Merkel, is dead at last. Oh, I hope he tries. Please, Leroican, come to me with your magics and your flaccid charms. Attempt to lay one hairy finger upon Dame Aylin, daughter of Selûne Most High. What have we here? A magician in a tower, hiding away from the frightening world. You have defeated Ketheric Thorm. Yet you, who were content to leave Dame Aylin in his thrall until it served you best, how do you account for it?
To eat his sins. Shall I take yours, too?
See that their sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
I'm sure you've met my mother. You've seen her pale face in the night sky. Selûne, the Moon Maiden.
Do not play. Do not jest. We have come to square off against an enemy most loathsome. I will pray anew to my Moon Mother for your health, wealth, and happiness.
Do what you came to do, Sharon! Then run to your darling Master Ketheric and tell him what a good girl you've been.
Ah!
You will have done what your Dark Lady requires. You will have slain a child of Selûne. You will be a Dark Justicia. Isn't it so?
Ah!
But perhaps an inoculation to make the sickness less catching. If you seek to harm Ketheric, our aims are aligned. If you seek to make him vulnerable, your task is done.
My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it. Ketheric is dead. Balthazar is dead. Isabel, sweet Isabel is no more. But we live. I have felt you coming, Sharon. The first in a century. Aye, and forever will I sing the praise of the one who saved me from a century of horrors. I wish to forgive this lapse in your fealty, for we must face the cad together. I will join your camp tonight. There is much you should know. About the Moon Maiden, about your past, your future. Let us find out. This so-called Sharon is known to me. I thought she'd run me through. But she set me free instead. The natural conclusion is that you are no true Sharon, and never were. There it is. True death. At last. You are Shah's child, after all. And I am... I am...
Say more. Please.
All in its own time. The Sharon who wasn't. You will have to face your abductors in their very lair, in Baldur's Gate. He may be a fool and a braggart, but it seems this Leroican is a toad of action, too. Hatred makes you so hideous, Balthazar. Besides, there are more hardships ahead. Knowing too much may cause you to despair, while a little ignorance may shield you. For her purposes, perhaps. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I am not here to convince you. Only show you a path. Whether you follow it or not is up to you. There are always other concerns. Let Shadowheart at least be forewarned. Is he indeed? Pray tell, what does he seek from Dame Aylin? I will wring his neck until he's dead. I'd live 1,000 years in solitude, then lay my eyes open thy putrid visage again. Leroican, you who would see me caged, you who would purchase my submission with profane gold.
And I will come for you. When the time is right. When your children are grown and your eyes are weak. When your nose grows as long as your weary, weary days.
Do not speak so abruptly to the mate of Dame Aylin, daughter of the Moon Maiden, paladin of the...
But why betray your kinsman? Why turn your ire on he who sent you here? Go on, Sharon. Speak.
Let me help you remember, so there will be no doubt. He will crumble at the power of your touch. Give him all you have. Ally mine, you continue to delight. Do not tell Isabel what fate has befallen Dame Aylin. She must not enter this viper's den. Magicians and their machinations. I have had enough for an eternity. This hero and no other can save this city from destruction. Of this I am certain. We have met. The instigator of my despair. And then my elation. To kill Ketheric Thorm. There is nothing I cannot do. Your mind is a deep, dark wood. There are dead ends, shadowy corners, lurking threats. I was lucky to be able to glean as much as I did.
I am Dame Aylin. Out of this hellish realm I carry my sword, by the blessing of my mother, Selûne.
Come now. I do not believe you did not suspect something was amiss. No true Sharan would have hesitated to skewer my heart. My darling, we agreed you'd scout for the nearest Selûnite enclave this very night. Let us divide our efforts, all the sooner to be reunited. You, who have come to find the wicked favor of your goddess. Go on! Show me your dagger, your sword, your knife. The Firehead fool is dead. Yet as I stare upon his corpse, I feel sadness. Why? My resplendence honors yours. I will soar above the city and find his lair with my keen sight. Meet me there when you've had your rest. We will fight together, and this magician will fall. Do I not radiate with my mother's brightness, her glory? We are. Good fortune on your road ahead. It will not be easy, but it will certainly be enlightening. If you judge him worth the endeavor, then I will do as you say. Now that Dame Aylin has returned to the fold of time, she will need allies and interlocutors. Let him be the last. If my dear mother has any mercy, she will ensure it. You have recovered your soul in the taking of Ketheric's foul life. Or perhaps to lead this would-be Justicia's blade directly to my heart. Your past is not yet lost. Your future is not yet fixed.
Do not play games with me, Sharan. You have come to earn your title, to become what your queen has promised, one of her chosen murderers.
Your parents both followed the Moon Maiden. I could sense their faith, even in a brief glimpse of the past. When next we meet, no words will cross Dame Aylin's lips, but her sword will find your flesh and make of it her sheath. Well, well, well. What's that I sense? A spear intended for my heart? Empowered by your goddess, I. Empowered to kill the child of a god! Enjoy the spoils of your victory. Spin memories of Lorroakan's death in your mind like silk floss. You must face them. I will help. There. I feel her again. Why does she fear truth more than I fear death? But fear not. When the time comes for you to face the foe of foes, Isabel and I will stand by your side. You, who have come to seek the praise of your wicked goddess. You, who have come to drive a dagger through my heart. Your power is great. So too must be your weapon. You must choose what you will wield. And the Moon Maiden will provide. Thus I have said. Thus will it be so. Begone, friend. I have a darling to adore.
Good. Foolish prey makes for easy finding.
Unleash your wrath. It only fuels my fury.
And I will come for you. When the time is right. When your daughters are grown, and your chin sprouts whiskers dark. When your teeth are yellow as corn and your sleep grows short. And your days are long and weary. So weary. To think I nearly thought my anguish done. To think I nigh believed you weren't one of Shah's footmen. Go on then. Lay a hand upon my shoulder and I shall be free.
You do not seek to share my gifts. You seek to poach them. You already know who he is. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood?
When you have exhausted yourself with foolishness, you will release me. Go on. See.
Until, of course, your mistress inevitably discards you. And there is much she does not tell you. A terrible blood price that may extend beyond my own death. A most unwelcome surprise, but we shan't be caught out again. A pity I cannot say the same for Isabel. She may have been Ketheric's daughter, but she was my world entire. Ketheric Thorm, once a servant of your goddess, now a faithless wretch, has used me to make himself immortal for 100 years.
Did you expect me to beg? To cry? To plead? For what?
Yes. My mother proclaims you cleansed. Our allegiances aligned once more. By her word, let it be so. You certainly will. My steel-hearted friend speaks true. Give me one good reason, Magus, why I should not strike you down where you stand.
I never forget a face.
See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last. Rise, you dog! Retribution has come, and her sword is my sword.
You, who seek to claim the ultimate prize.
Go well, friend. We will see you soon. And with our great powers combined, this city will be saved. This will be the last time you betray my majesty. Today I will end your life. End it for once and for all. You were to receive my mother's guidance in those woods. You were to come of age. Instead, Shah's followers snatched you. They must have been watching you for a long time. Moon above and stars beside her. Say it can't be so. For I am Selûne's sword. And ever must be. You have done what we feared was impossible. You have released me from a century of sorrow.
Run your coop all you like, chicken! You cannot fly without my wings.
Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. Yet, it is better to cut off the head of the snake than to let its slithering snakelings swarm us unabated. This wizard must be held to account. I found a note on one of the foes. It read of the wizard Leroican, high up in Ramazith's tower, and his designs upon my capture. Dame Aylin will not let this place fall. Dame Aylin does not worry. She strategizes. Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place. There can be no doubt. I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial womb.
Do I name you false?
That is how Shah wished it to be. She robbed you of your childhood, all to spite her twin. They will keep. Let us first retire to a more restful place. Your camp will do. Let us not dwell on those dark days. Their memory is a vortex within my heart that leads directly to the hells. Secrets. Yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotees. A pleasure to have made your acquaintance, little warrior. We will meet again. I am eternal. I will be free, one day. And I never forget a face. True, we live at the mercy of the gods, but we get to choose to whom we yoke our fate.
Congratulations. Your mistress Shah will write your name on her hand.
Alas, I will live my life for us both. Hie we to this Leroican right away. I am as eager to meet him as he is to ensnare me.
Shah herself could not dim her face. And you will never dim mine.
Our Lady of Silver, hear me. She who guides the Moon Maiden Selûne, mother of the so-called Night Song, The night song is no more! A mercenary, you say? Then I must find out who has set a price upon my head and take theirs in kind.
Didn't you? When you murdered me? Perhaps you were stricken blind by foolish devotion. Free me, and I will forgive your transgressions. Generous, don't you think?
Ketheric Thorm never did trust me, even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel, by her love for me.
I cannot prevent you, but I can advise you. Be careful to whom you yoke your fate.
What are you afraid of? Your own wicked heart? Is that all? Set your mind at ease, my friend. Dame Aylin is more well now than she has been this past century. Ketheric Thorm! It is he who must not pursue me! Why, she already has. She has brought her sword to your side, Dame Aylin. Someone's coming? Another Justicia, I presume. Where are your guts? Your brawn?
100 years. More, perhaps. Concocted by Ketheric. Enacted by Balthazar. My misery has been my centuries-long companion.
I am not surprised. You have a great talent for tearing down Dame Aylin's enemies. Thank you, my friend. From the bottom of my heart. Lay a hand on me in friendship, not quite Sharon. And I will fight the battle that has been waiting for me this last century. Then, oh then, we will have much to discuss. A gripping in the chest. As though I'd lost someone. Something. Dame Aylin does not go anywhere quietly. I smell the stink of Balthazar. Bring him to me! You are no true soul. You are a champion. Kill the madman. I fight at your side. And mirrored. Take it. You will need it. But what you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. But they will all be enemies now. It is your turn, my friend. If this wizard, by your estimation, is a bungling buffoon, it may be best to let him tie himself in knots. One last thing. Your parents have been in the hands of Shah's followers for some 40 years. It must take tremendous will for mortals to hold out that long. Of course I am. And I can prove it.
Those are words I've never heard. Not since I've been here in this dark dungeon.
The weasel out-weaseled. Well done, my friend. Dame Aylin will make short work of this wizard, whatever his intentions. Enjoy the spoils of your victory. Spin memories of our prowess in your mind like silk floss.
And I will die. Then live. And when the next of your ilk comes with sword aloft or arrow nocked, I'll die again. But Dame Aylin's life is never ending, and she does not forget. Now, I believe Isabel asked a question of you. We will meet you in your camp. Is it agreed? I'm ready to fly this place. Are you?
One day, when he is severed from me, Ketheric will die. I will not. And when I am freed, I will remember whose recompense to claim. The elf you saw was your father. He tried to stop them, but failed. My darling, we must inform our friend of our news. Reject the moon if it be your will. It will not stop her from lending you her light. Good day. Until you weren't. Do you think it was but a brief lapse? A moment of madness? No. I think you finally listened to your heart. And I hold her sword.
I showed you my heart. Now use your head, young warrior. How will you fly this place without my helping hand?
Our thoughts are as one, my friend. You must face the chosen of Bane and Baal. I will do my part to see them laid low. There. I feel her again. Why does she fear truth more than I fear death?
I accept my fate. For now. But the life of a divine is longer than you can fathom, Sharon. And this cold chapter will close. One day.
Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory. Ho! I have returned! Do not pine for the nightmare, now that you are finally awake. I felt the spear call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched. Yeah! The villain is dead! So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together we will set this fair land free of tyranny and murder.
Keep it, if you wish. It is nothing but a bauble now. Just free me. No? Then correct me, by all means, little warrior. Explain yourself.
I will sleep with both eyes open this night.
Do what you came to do, Sharon. Then run to your darling master Ketheric and tell him what a good child you've been.
On your word! Do what you will. I cannot prevent you. But you know as well as I will come for you. One day. Yes. A pain that I understand all too well. I will not forget it. But nor will I turn down a powerful ally in the fight for Faerûn. You will address me with due deference. I am Dame Aylin. And you are a whelp without honor, without pride, with nothing but a tower full of trinkets. Isabel! You dare to speak her name? After your crimes, innumerable, you would evoke her before me! When you freed me from the Shadowfell, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain, his inflicted on me. You ought to have revealed this plot before. What if a hair on darling Isabel's head had been harmed?
You who have come to drive a dagger through my heart.
Lay a hand on me in friendship, not quite Sharon. And I will fight the battle that has been waiting for me this last century. Then, oh then, we will have much to discuss. Isabel is dead. But you live. You who are content to leave me in the thrall of foul Ketheric Thorm. It is your turn. Look at me. I am at your mercy. To frighten you would only hasten my demise. If you want to remember, you will have to face your abductors in their very lair, in Baldur's Gate. There it is. True death, at last. You are Shah's child, after all. And I am. Now, I must inform you of my news. He is your father. And he lives still, as does your mother. I felt them, bound to you.
Even one who had crossed a terrible threshold just prior. Even one who had driven me to death.
At last. What took you so long, little Sharon? You must do more than spare me. You must free me.
But if you are a friend, you can be my salvation.
The fate you seal is your own. To be a dark justiciar is to turn your heart from everything but loss. You will know no love, no joy, only servitude. You will have to face your abductors in their very lair. In Baldur's Gate, you stood to gain from my undoing. I know your reasons, fetid though they are. But Isabel... You there, Sharon. By the fires of your camp's hearth, we will discuss all we must. His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion ruined him. How good it is to see you again, Ketherick. At last you found a godmaster that suits you, it seems. Now he is dead, and his twisted facsimile of sweet Isabel returned to the grave. I'd give anything for one more day with her. The real her.
Release me. I beg you.
You dare to threaten me with the same magic that held me in torment for 100 years? Tell me, ally mine, did you know of this plot?
A blood sporter, then? No Sharon, but a killer without cause. Fie, what sickness plagues Faerun?
Though you have great crimes against my person for which to answer, strange ally. Then again, it may be best to tie the knot myself. Mother's milk, your visage speaks of ill tidings. Speak, ally mine. What troubles you? Ketherick Thorm! Face me! If you seek to protect it, our aims are aligned. Even if you've much to learn about the methods of a true champion. I will catch my breath, then to camp I will bring my bones. Moon Maiden be with you. Ramblings most unsane. Poor Balthazar, for maggots ate his brain long ago. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman, one who knows what must be done. You defile our alliance with violence. A disappointment, but not a threat to Dame Aylin, immortal. We live at the mercy of the gods. Even I, immortal, have no guarantee of days to come.
A century I have known naught but sorrow. Rage. A century have I been Ketherick's captive.
I cannot be broken.
Was it everything you hoped for? Was it sweet, Sharon, to murder a paladin of Selûne, her daughter, her sword?
We face the greatest evil our realm has known, and we do it together. On your word, the sword of Selûne will fall upon our foes. Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome. Allies we are, and allies we remain. And we will unite us against the deviant plot of this mad mage. My mate, most high. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well, and return to my embrace. We're going to kill Ketherick Thorm.
The Spear of Night. You are not the Night Singer's chosen champion. Her weapon is useless in your hands. No, I will fill every wound, and still I will hurt less than you, who so utterly yourself defile.
Shah speaks now, doesn't she? Dribbles the poison of oblivion in the shell of your ear. I do not hear her words, but I sense her rage.